Greetings to all, and I would like to invite you for a new blog, sort of a discussion, a reflection about faith. Sometimes we ask ourselves, what is faith about? Or who is faith? Sometimes we express our faith in front of our friends or people who are around us, and we say, I believe in Jesus, or I believe in God. When we go to the Mass on Sunday, we profess our faith and we say, I believe in God the Almighty, in His Son, Jesus Christ, in the Holy Spirit, in the Holy Catholic Church. We say lots of things. And once we walk out of the church, it looks like as if all those things are just left behind, right in the church. So when we're talking about faith, we need to distinguish between faith and practicing faith. To my understanding and experience of faith, faith is about intimacy with God. Your intimacy with God and God's intimacy with you. You and God with you. Intimacy where you find peace of heart, mind and soul. Intimacy where you find righteousness and joy of the Holy Spirit. What St. Paul says in the letter to Romans, chapter 14, verse 17. Intimacy when you have that hope. Even though you come across difficult moments, you have that hope and full trust in Jesus Christ because of this intimacy. Practicing of faith. For example, daily prayer in the morning or in the evening, going to church on Sunday, or being active in the church, or giving some charity to the poor, for example, Christmas time. But yet, I know the number of people who practice their faith, and yet there is that still anxiety, fear, that emptiness, that deep down in their hearts there is something missing. There is missing. So that's why I would like to talk about faith. You remember what St. Paul says in the first letter to Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 5. He says, do not depend your faith on human wisdom, but on the power of God. It says that faith is not a product of intellect. Faith is not a product of logic. Faith is a grace, is the power of God in us, in you. And that faith can be recognized and developed only when we kneel down. When we truly kneel down in front of the Blessed Sacrament. So why faith? Why this blog? Why this discussion and reflection of faith? The inspiration I found it in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 18, verse 8. Jesus says, if the Son of Man, meaning Him, if the Son of Man finds faith when He comes to this world. He doesn't talk about the number of churches or the beautiful churches. Of course, they're important. They express our faith and they're important. But He doesn't talk about the number of charity, the number of charity we give to the poor. He's talking about faith. So I would like to invite you for this blog, for this discussion, reflection on faith. And the frame of our discussion, it goes in such a way. We step out of our old frame of mind, practices, routines. We leave them behind. We leave them literally behind for the sake that we personally encounter Jesus Christ and we allow Jesus Christ to come to us. And when He comes, in His presence, we truly encounter ourselves, who we are. We encounter the image and the likeness of God, written right in your heart and in your soul. So greetings to all of you, and welcome for our next session.